Hey guys, we're starting off with one of the most insane blocks I've ever seen in my lifetime. Williamson absolutely flew through the air in order to block this three-point attempt during his time at Duke, and all I remember is that the internet just went ballistic after this one happened.
What a catch. Williamson on Guy. Huff, the kick, open again is Hunter. Never mind. Could run that far, jump that high, block a shot and not commit a foul.
Another legendary Duke play involved him pulling out a 360 dunk. He easily ripped the ball away from a Clemson guard and chose to embarrass them all the way by bringing out the Showtime dunk while his team was up by a ridiculous 24 points already.
It's right there with number 3. With the pressure, there it is. Okay. The great footwork, the handle. Oh, look at this here.
And even when he came into the NBA, Zion didn't let anybody stand in his way. Just look at this next play as he bullies through Tristan Thompson like he's not even there. I mean, he even knocked this 7-foot center to the ground with sheer power in the post.
Chemistry, it's Zion. He goes quickly with it against Thompson. Fouled, counted and one!
I said it, Mark. There's only one body that ever starts to move, and it's never Zion's. Catch him, he's individually. Move into the strong hand, physically overpowered.
Zion continues his dominance here on this play when he got the ball on his own end of the court and marched the entire way down the floor to slam it all over the Chicago Bulls. He easily worked his way past 3 Chicago players to jam it right in on Daniel Gafford, who couldn't do anything but get put on a poster.
Make someone else beat you.
Get it out of his hands. Zion on the run, on the nice dribble, going strong to the rack.
Brother, we all been there, Gafford. We all been there.
Williamson seems to dominate everybody in front of him, even the best of the best, and this was the time when he babied Giannis Antetokounmpo by ripping the ball straight out of his hands after Giannis came down with the rebound. On top of that, Antetokounmpo was hit with a foul for attempting to keep Williamson away from the ball.
Here's Hart on the push, ball in the corner, beautiful. And ball misses the 3, and Zion takes it away from Giannis and a foul.
It's always disrespectful when you whip out the windmill dunk when your team is up by double digits, and Zion was able to do exactly that when the New Orleans Pelicans faced off with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Williamson wasn't even on the screen for the first half of the play, but he sat down on the opposing team's end to get a nice outlet pass up the court and slammed it down in front of the Wolves fans in the crowd.
Now 5 on 4.
See,
Good
and this
job.
is the difference. If he looks at the floor, that's what Derek Favors took away. That's what
Frustration taken out on that windmill.
Speaking of the crowd, this is the time when Zion launched a basketball all the way into the stands with an emphatic block that mimicked the one he did back with Duke. He swatted it away with so much force that it looked like the dude's out there playing volleyball. That was just way too easy for my guy Zion here.
41st overall, Tim Conley. And what about that block, Zion? Wow. Whoa. Man.
He also made this alley-oop dunk over the Timberwolves look ridiculously easy. Lonzo Ball kicked the play off with a beautiful dime to the rim, and Williamson made sure to do the rest, rising up and slamming it down while 3 Minnesota players just stood and watched in awe from the paint.
By Jordan McLaughlin. And how about Zion?
Look at that. Look where he throws it.
It always amazes me when opposing defenders in the paint seem to just ignore Zion when he's around. The dude carries so much force and dunking ability that you gotta make sure to have eyes on him at all time. Unfortunately for the Boston Celtics here, they ignored him while trying to box out for a rebound, and this allowed Zion to dunk it all over Vincent Poirier.
Into the middle of the floor. You got to go get him. He set a good screen on offense. He has such confidence that he can out-jump it.
The Celtics were on the wrong side of another highlight from Zion, with this one coming straight from an inbounds pass. Lonzo dished it up perfectly for the second time in this video, and Williamson cruised past Jaylen Brown for the dunk in a matter of a second.
Side out of bounds, New Orleans. Boston with 3 team fouls, and Zion!
Brown had to have known something like that was on the way, just like how this next player should have known the consequences of trying to attempt a layup with Zion trailing closely behind. The Timberwolves didn't understand that, and it resulted in Williamson rejecting a layup attempt hard off the glass in the other direction. Poor guy probably didn't even know what hit him either. This is lesson number 1 of paying attention to your surroundings.
That's 2 looks, and the Pels couldn't tap it home. Tough break. Now Beasley on the run. And blocked away by
Zion on the trail.
Now, this is lesson number 2. Hassan Whiteside has never been known as a mobile or energetic defensive player in this league, but this one's just insane. He literally stands still as Lonzo and Zion set up an alley-oop dunk right over his head. Whiteside didn't even jump when he saw the ball go up. He just took one glance at a soaring Zion and stood there in defeat.
Gotta go.
Oh, that's beautiful. The moment that he sees Hassan Whiteside cover the roll.
But you can't entirely blame Whiteside there either. I mean, other great defenders have also been beaten by the Lonzo and Zion connection. This time it was Alex Caruso and the Los Angeles Lakers. Caruso did his best to contain him and even jumped up at the perfect time to deflect the pass at the rim, but alas, he just wasn't tall enough and wound up on the wrong end of a poster dunk.
Effort by Cruz.
Lob for Zion. Lonzo Ball has perfected that with Williamson.
Hey guys, before we move on to this next play, be sure to leave a like down below and in the comments tell us what play's been your favorite so far. Alright, let's get right back into it. This time, Zion let Maxi Kleber know that he probably needs to hit the gym a little bit more. While Kleber was going back on defense, he tried to wall off Zion from the paint. Unfortunately, one shoulder saw Kleber go flying onto the ground, and Williamson spun around and soared in for the crazy dunk.
The layup. And back come the Pelicans on the run out. They've got numbers. Williamson.
Okay, I got a big who can handle the ball. Hold it and dribble too much. He says, no, young fella, do your thing.
Even when you try and anticipate a power move from Williamson, you just never know what you're going to get. This time, he fakes a rush at the rim and forces the defender to hesitate, opening a big enough lane for him to dunk it through. There was really nothing else that could have been done in this situation. He just looked like a man determined to score the second that the ball hit his hands.
Peltier in at 24 assists, 30 makes. Zion, go for it, brother!
And scoring is something that he does with ease, especially in transition. This time he was hit with a bounce pass through 3 Golden State Warriors defenders. At that moment, the play was already over. There was some good effort in the chase, but Zion hammered it home right after he left the ground. At this point, those guys were lucky that none of them ended up on the poster too.
Now, Drew, he finds Zion, hammers it home with the right hand.
Now for this next one, we go back to the Zoe and Zion connection, one that never seems to get old. Lonzo grew so comfortable with Williamson on the break that he started to slow down just to loft one up to his buddy. Dylan Brooks came close to swatting the pass away, but it reached Zion's hands and resulted in a big alley-oop dunk.
From Ja Morant.
Watch Zion, weak side. Watch Zion,
Here
weak
it comes.
side.
Yes, he's got it.
This next one wasn't an alley-oop, but I can say with certainty that nobody expected a dunk to come down from this play with the way he was positioned. Zion caught a pass on the baseline behind Brook Lopez and another Milwaukee defender. He used one dribble to slide past Lopez, but was still underneath the net. Yet somehow he was able to rise up directly in front of the 7-foot center and jam it all over him for the dunk.
Foot doing a hesitation right there inside.
Ghosted him.
Oh, Zion answers up.
But make no mistake, guys, dunking is not all Zion can do, which is why this one features a nasty crossover after just one pump fake. Everybody expects Zion to attack the rim and get his points in the paint, but when he caught the ball this time, he wanted to do something different. He faked like he was about to drive in, sending his defender flying, and then he just stood back, waited, and watched before taking the three-point shot and swishing it.
Just want to take every chance they can get to evaluate him in those 10 days.
Zion got the triple.
This next play saw him switch to playing the wide receiver position in the middle of a game. Lonzo dished out a full-court pass up the court to a sprinting Zion and Drew Holiday. Williamson caught the lead pass with one outstretched arm, and in the same stride, he rose back up and threw it down. The only person you feel bad for here is Holiday, though. Dude just wanted an assist or something on the break.
Holiday forces another turnover. Williamson inside and throws it down. A reason to try to get a piece of.
Remember when we showed that dunk on Lopez near the baseline? Well, Zion took it a step further in this next clip. He worked his way around the baseline against the Memphis Grizzlies and right around Jonas Valanciunas. When he got underneath the basket, he spun around and dunked it all over Valanciunas. Talk about a great way to kick off a basketball game.
So a ragged start offensively. Zion, oh man, on the reverse.
And finally, we have this play with Zoe and Zion again against the Chicago Bulls, Lonzo's current team. Everybody near Zion knew that the alley-oop attempt was coming, but as is the trend in this video, nobody could do anything about it. Williamson rose up just a little higher than his defender and threw it down when he gained control.
Against two UCLA Bruins going against each other. The lob, Zion.
That massive alley-oop increased the Pelicans' lead at that time to 22 points. And with that, we wrap up today's video on the times Zion Williamson destroyed his opponents. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and let us know what your favorite plays from this video were down in the comments. Also, click on the video that appears on your screen right now to keep watching more of our content.